kid, Steve, Engineer Steve, always keeping it fun in the stash. Real Talk Radio. That's applicable. Is that you got your big gala event? Rejoiner? No? I'm making that up. I'm giving him props he doesn't even deserve right now, but that's why we love you, Steve. Hanging back out in the stash. Appreciate you guys for hanging out as well. Flanked by two of my esteemed colleagues. Of course, my 11 o'clock perennial, Jen Root, Del Mar Lifestyle.
Good morning, San Diego.
That's your Robin Williams, isn't it?
It is. Did I sound like Robin?
It looks good right now. And when I said esteemed, I was really looking at my man, Loran Kelley lll, because anybody with the third is already a badass, right? And we're learning more about why that's even more so true, because specifically, man, we got this really cool event coming up, right? The No More Silence. How would you describe that, Jen, if you had to put it in like a couple words? I mean, it's like it's a what?
Well, I would describe it as, well, I feel like Loran defines the event because he's taking his personal experience and something that he went through and turning it into something positive. So
yeah, that's well said.
That is what I see when I see Loran. I see him making a difference, him educating others, empowering other women and men, and just the community to just really make a difference. And with this Heels in Wheels event, it's also going to be fun too. We're celebrating life at this event. So that's how I would describe the event. Loran, since it is your event, how would you describe the event?
Well, I think you did a great job in outlining that, because it is about celebrating life. It's about education, and it's about helping people. And you know what? There's so many great people in San Diego. When I started this nonprofit organization, you know, people said, wow, you're up against so many different things. Men aren't going to want to be involved. Women aren't going to really speak out. And I said, you know what? I don't buy that. San Diego is one of the greatest cities in the entire country. And there's so many great people that are reaching out, and I just hope that everyone will hear this today and want to come out and support the event.
Excellent. And there's everyone, literally everyone coming out. It is a black tie event, but we also have some very unique supporters for the prevention of domestic violence. And can you tell us about, some of our more, I guess, how do you say, wheels to the pavement type supporters that we have out there?
Well, you know what? Through this journey, I was fortunate enough to meet someone that rides a Harley. And I had no idea. Anytime you see somebody riding a motorcycle, not just a Harley, but this group pretty much rides Harleys. And they support organizations that support children that are in abusive situations, families, and women. They reached out to our organization, and they're going to be coming to the red carpet event, and there'll be anywhere between 50 to maybe 400 Harley Davidson bikers coming to the event, showing support. And if someone's in a domestic violence situation or kids are in trouble, these men and women come out to their aid. They will make sure that they get out of the home safely, and they'll make sure that they are safe. And I had no idea that this was happening. And there's thousands of people all over the entire country that are doing this.
Wow.
This is actually something that's so cool. I know about this, and I apologize. I don't know the name of their organization. But how cool is that, right? So when you're a kid, you're working with the hand that you get dealt. You don't have the opportunity of having your own money yet. You don't have the opportunity of choosing your own family yet. And if you get stuck in one of those difficult situations, it's scary. It's lonely. You're afraid. And these guys will roll out. And come on, I mean, it's it's intimidation factor 10, right? And they roll up, and they basically they got little dudes back or little girls back. And they give them their number. If there's anything a problem, you let me know. And that sends a message, man. It's like bunch of biker dudes rolling up. Dad might think twice before, laying down the hand next time, right? How cool is that?
No, you're absolutely right. And the fact of it is they don't use their real name. A lot of these people don't even have money to take care of themselves and pay their own bills. But you know what? They do charity events every single week. And they brought me in. We were just on television last week on KUSI, and I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there were probably 15 bikers there that went on air to support me. I had never met them before.
Wow.
And we were like, hey, we got your back. And they were there for me. And they wound up having another radio program called Married with Motorcycles and had me come on that show to bring out more awareness and bring out more people to attend.
That's excellent. Just the community coming together and sharing the love all around. That's a beautiful thing.
No, I love that. Anybody else who's supporting it like that? That'd be great to give them some props too.
Yeah, you know what? Judy Jones is the owner of Lexus of Escondido, and she was one of the first people to come on board. And here's a woman that owns several different dealerships, a lot of different companies that you can't even really make an appointment to go see. And when she found out about my mission, she came on board. And even till today, I have never met this woman. I've only spoke to her on the phone. But she believed in the cause. She believed in the mission. She's going to be a featured speaker at the event. And she said, you know what, the thing that was so dynamic, after the first event, I said, Judy, I said, I'm walking by faith. I said, I'm not walking by sight. So, and you know what she did? She actually said a prayer for me and my entire team right after the meeting on the conference call. So how cool is that?
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Judy will be there on Saturday, correct?
Yes,
and she will be speaking?
Yes.
So now Judy built quite an empire over at Lexus. They have a restaurant over there too, don't they?
Yes. They have the Cohen Restaurant Group, and the Cohen Restaurant Group, I mean, everybody knows them in San Diego. They're huge.
Right.
They're going to be preparing the food. They're putting together the event for us on that side of things. And Judy thought about, I think from the conversation, was about doing the restaurant herself, but she built this unique dealership where there are retail spaces in there. There's art galleries, there's clothing, I mean, you name it. So you can actually go shopping, and I think they're expanding to do hair and do nails and all that stuff. So now not only can you get your car serviced, but you can get everything that you need to have done all in one stop.
You know, what's cool
Excellent.
about that is that, you know, the car dealer mafia got all mad at Tesla for taking their stuff into the mall. How cool is Judy? She's like, hey, you know what? He might be onto something, and just adapts and has the mall come to her.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, and she's amazing. And you know, and someone else that I'd like to give a special thanks to is Mark Kotze with the San Diego Padres. You're talking about a guy who he has a son. He's got a beautiful wife. I know them both very well. And he came on board, and within 24 hours, he was still playing ball. He was coaching his team, and he said, "Hey, you know what? I'm in. Whatever you need me to do, I'm in." And you know, I'm hoping that more good guys like that, we can utilize their positions, their name in life, to stand up and say, "Hey, you know what? There's a movement that's going on, and we're not interested in bashing guys and saying all guys are bad, because you know what? There's a lot of good men, and it just starts with one or two guys setting the tone, making an example, and good things will happen from there."
Excellent. Isn't that so true?
It totally is. And what comes up for me, I don't have, of course, the story, the amazing story that you shared with us as a personal account. But I feel like I have a lot of friends who've walked through that space. And a lot of times what I've noticed is that it's just a program. It's just an old program. You know, they got given from their dads or their moms, right? And they grew up in that environment. And then someone just has to break the chronology. There just has to be a pattern interrupt, and you have to infuse it with something that was bigger, like a vision that was bigger than their old eyes could see. And the awareness I got to believe is critical, right? So awareness being one thing, like this event you got going on Saturday. You can check that out, by the way, going to nomoresilence.org. And then it also helps when you get some people that you already know, like, trust, and respect, like Mr. Kotze, who you can sort of hang your hat on, identify, and say, I want to do that instead. I want better for myself, right? So the game almost is one of awareness, but the other is, how do you go back and re-engineer that pattern interrupt for folks?
Well, you know what? You know, like I said, I think it goes back again to one good person at a time. And,
right.
you know, a lot of times when you hear about domestic violence, you hear about men being blamed, and there's this guy that's bad. And that's why when we mentioned the biking community and so forth, it was
right.
amazing to have all these people, because there's husbands and wives and girlfriends. And so it's a melting pot. And so even though this is the first year, I believe and expect great things are going to happen. And I do want to say I'm so appreciative of you guys having this on air. And taking the time to really help promote this and do this, because you guys have a great base of listeners and audience, and I appreciate you guys, airing this for me today.
And that's what I was going to end with, is that you're obviously coming in here, you're allowing us to find ourselves in your story, you're being vulnerable, you're doing all this stuff with your time to leave that mark. What's the greatest ask that you could leave with us, or perhaps somebody that's meeting you for the first time right now?
You know, the greatest thing I could ask is that, you know what, think outside of the box a little bit. You know, and if you're a guy, especially you're a man, you're a father, you have a daughter, you have a son, we have a responsibility to make sure that when we leave, that we're leaving our kids in a better situation, that we're not only a provider, but we're an educator, we're a teacher, and that we're also giving that lesson that, hey, there's a right way to do things, and it does matter what you say, and what you do say can hurt people. It's not just being physical, but it's about being a solid and good individual. And we have to produce good young men and women when it's all said and done.
And what a better fit for a man like Loran Kelley lll. And by the way, dapper dandy, right? So if you're on the Follow the Stash handle right now and you're streaming this live on our Twitter handle, you'll see for yourself. Or, of course, we got the rebroadcast over at Real Talk Radio, right, Claire?
That's right.
Bingo, bango. This is one of those things where if there's any resistance whatsoever to being part of this and raising your hand, right? Here's a great event coming on. It's up at Lexus of Escondido this Saturday. You can go learn more at nomoresilence.org. Tickets are incredibly affordable, right, Jen?
Absolutely.
And you guys are going to do a little write-up on this on Del Mar Lifestyle, are you not?
We are. So Loran Kelley lll is a resident of Del Mar, and he's making a difference in our Del Mar community every day. So we'll be doing a write-up for Loran. We'll be out there on Saturday night covering the entire event, and we're very excited to be there.
Anything else we're leaving out about that before we can close up and go on to our third segment?
Well, you know what? If it wasn't for Jen, I wouldn't be here today. So Jen is amazing.
Oh, Jen getting repropped.
Jen is like, I'm thinking through this journey. I didn't know Jen, but she's an angel that fell from the sky that made this happen, and she's just been amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Loran. Yeah. Thank you.
Step and repeat. You got your get up already laid out for Saturday?
You know what? I'm going down for a fitting today.
Oh, waiting for the inspiration to take him over.
Yeah, he's got some really awesome cufflinks too. I don't know if you saw his cufflinks, but if you could.
Oh, the president.
Yeah.
Presidential cufflinks. I love politics. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, love politics.
Oh, we don't want to go politics. This is a sports show.
I don't discuss politics, but I love politics.
Yeah.
I love a good debate, and I like listening to people share their message and their vision.
There you go.
Probably why you also started the Del Mar Cigar Club too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they need a break and be able to have an outlet after a long and stressful day or a week or whatever it is. So.
Excellent.
Well, gang, why don't we do this then, Jen? So coming up, right? By the way, if you want to go and get some tickets, again, one more time, it's nomoresilence.org, or you can call my man Loran directly at 619-804-3319. Now, I did say this is a sports station, right? So
yes.
We're going to get all caught up on some sports commentary from our affiliate over at CBS. And then coming up, gang, we'll learn a little bit more about Loran and what specifically he's doing maybe outside of this event to make an impact on a local community. We'll be right back.